I'm with Juan Fischer, who is managing partner of Fischer Schickendantz here in Montevideo, Uruguay, and have some questions about banking for him. So Juan, what is the benefit of opening an account in Uruguay?
First of all, Uruguay is a very foreigner-friendly place to open accounts. A third of bank accounts in Uruguay are held by non-residents. So mainly the benefit is it's very easy to open an account. The requirements are basically a passport, a second ID, a bank reference letter, a proof of address anywhere in the world, not in Uruguay. You don't need to have an address in Uruguay. And just background information on the cleanness of your money. And there's global banks operating in Uruguay as well as local banks, and most are friendly to opening to non-residents.
And is there a minimum account size people have to bring down here to open it up?
They vary from $500 to $10,000, okay. So you have a wide spread of options.
And what about the safety of Latin American banking? Because people have sort of a perception of Latin America, and what's the safety down here?
I'm glad you asked that. Latin America has a lot of diversity, and so when you talk about Latin America in general, you may find that feeling of unsafeness in the banking system. But as a matter of fact, there are regions, and Uruguay is one of them, jurisdictions, Uruguay is one of them, where you have a safe haven within the region. So Uruguay's financial center is a regional financial center where people from neighboring countries have usually banked because of the safety of its system. One thing I may add is Uruguay rarely gives a bank license. The Central Bank of Uruguay, over decades, has been very restrictive about giving banking licenses, and they only keep it to a minimum number of very solid banks. So they don't like little banks coming and going, which may show some instability in the sector.
So for this year, I've been writing about the fact that you can't find yield in America. You can't find it in treasuries, savings accounts, CDs. So if you have a bank account in Uruguay, is there opportunities for greater yield down here?
Yeah, basically here you'll get offered to open accounts in dollars, euros, and the local currency, the Uruguayan peso. And there's some very interesting options there. There's CDs in pesos yielding today for placements of 365 days, somewhere between 6 and 8%. So you'll have between 6 and 8% depending on which bank you buy the CD.
And is there a minimum account size to open that kind of account?
Usually for those kind of placements, you're talking about $10,000.
Okay. And how has the Uruguayan peso done against the U.S. dollar in the last decade?
So if we take exactly 10 years ago, the Uruguayan peso was at 30 pesos to a dollar. Today it's 19, so it's really gained against the dollar.
So they're gained by almost 50%.
Exactly.
Or almost doubled, actually, in peso terms.
In peso terms, yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks much. I appreciate it.
No, thank you.